Sakamoto Taro was the greatest assassin in the world. Undefeated, legendary, feared by everyone. He could have had power, wealth, respect from the entire underworld. And he gave it all up to run a convenience store and be a dad. Most people see this as a funny setup, the overpowered retired guy forced back into action. But there's a philosophy hidden in Sakamoto days that's actually profound. What if the pinnacle of human achievement isn't power or success, but the ability to live an ordinary life peacefully? What if everything society tells you to chase is actually the trap, and the boring life Sakamoto chose is what freedom actually looks like? If this kind of deep dive into anime philosophy interests you, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. It really helps the channel grow. And I'm curious, what's your take on success versus peace? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. Here's what makes Sakamoto revolutionary. He achieved the pinnacle of his field and walked away. Not because he failed, not because he was defeated, because he realized that being the best assassin in the world meant nothing compared to being a good husband and father. This is radical because it challenges the fundamental narrative of achievement, that you should always pursue excellence, always climb higher, always want more. Sakamoto reached the top and discovered the view was empty. All that power, all that skill, all that reputation, it gave him nothing he actually wanted. No connection, no peace, no life worth living. So he chose the boring option. He chose ordinary. He chose peace over power. And the series presents this as the wise choice, not the cowardly one. Sakamoto is still the most dangerous person in any room. He hasn't lost his skills or abilities. He could dominate the underworld if he wanted to. But here's the key insight. Having power and choosing not to use it is more impressive than not having power at all. Most people who say they want a peaceful life mean they want to escape from challenges they can't handle. Sakamoto wants a peaceful life despite being able to handle any challenge. That's completely different. He's not avoiding the assassin world because he's scared or incapable. He's avoiding it because he's realized that world has nothing of value to offer him. He's transcended the need to prove himself. This is the hidden philosophy. True strength is wanting nothing that power can give you. There's a Japanese aesthetic concept called ma, the beauty of negative space, of what's not there. The pauses between actions, the emptiness that gives meaning to fullness. Sakamoto's peaceful life is ma personified. His life is defined not by what he does, but by what he doesn't do. He doesn't fight unless necessary. He doesn't seek conflict. He doesn't prove himself. He doesn't dominate. The space where violence could be is filled with running a store, raising a daughter, spending time with his wife. The absence of drama is the point. Western culture struggles with this concept. We valorize constant action, constant achievement, constant growth. The idea that the goal might be peaceful nothingness feels wrong. But Sakamoto Days suggests that ma, that peaceful emptiness, might be the highest achievement. That creating space in your life for nothing in particular is wiser than filling every moment with something important. Sakamoto chose small, a convenience store, not an empire. One family, not fame. A quiet neighborhood, not the world stage. This is presented as wisdom, not failure. And that's revolutionary in a media landscape that constantly tells you to dream bigger, achieve more, scale up. The hidden philosophy: small and sustainable beats large and exhausting. Local and present beats global and abstract. Known and simple beats novel and complex. Sakamoto could run an assassin organization, have power over the underworld, shape the course of nations. Instead, he stocks shelves and makes sure his daughter eats vegetables. And the series never mocks this. It presents managing a convenience store as worthy work, presents being a present father as an achievement worth protecting, presents ordinary domestic life as something worth defending with everything you have. Everyone else in Sakamoto Days is still trapped in the power paradigm. They're chasing reputation, settling scores, proving themselves, competing for status in the assassin hierarchy. They see Sakamoto's choice as weakness or waste. The greatest assassin alive, and he's selling instant ramen? They can't comprehend it. But watch what happens to characters who interact with Sakamoto. They start questioning their own pursuits. Is climbing the assassin ranks really meaningful? Is reputation worth the constant danger? Is power worth never having peace? Sakamoto doesn't preach, he just lives his alternative, and it exposes how empty everyone else's goals are. Here's where Sakamoto Days gets brilliant. When Sakamoto does fight, it's never for power or status. It's always to protect his peaceful life. He's not trying to be the best. He's trying to be left alone. Every fight is defensive, protecting his family, his store, his peace. And he uses overwhelming force not to dominate but to end conflicts quickly so he can return to ordinary life. This reframes violence entirely, not as path to achievement but as necessary evil to protect what matters. Not something to seek but something to minimize. The hidden philosophy. Violence should be the tool that protects peace, not the thing that prevents peace. There's a psychological concept called the hedonic treadmill. We adapt to achievements and always want more. Reaching a goal doesn't bring lasting satisfaction because we immediately set a higher goal. Sakamoto escaped the hedonic treadmill. He's genuinely content running a convenience store. Not settling, not compromising, actually satisfied. This is almost unheard of in achievement-focused cultures. We're taught that contentment means you've given up, that satisfaction means you're not ambitious enough. But Sakamoto Days asks, what if contentment is the goal? What if being satisfied with ordinary life is the hardest achievement of all? Most people pursue power because they're not content. They chase achievements to fill an emptiness. Sakamoto has no emptiness to fill. He's complete. That's why he doesn't need more. Sakamoto's identity isn't legendary assassin who runs a store. It's store owner and father who used to be an assassin. The past is past. His current identity is primary. This is huge. Most people define themselves by their peak achievements. I was captain of the team. I worked at that company. I achieved this thing. Their present is always in service to their past glory. Sakamoto has completely moved on. His legendary past is irrelevant to his present identity. He's not a has-been clinging to former glory. He's someone who's genuinely moved to a new phase of life. This is the hidden wisdom. Your past achievements don't have to define you. You can actually choose a new identity based on what you value now, not what impressed people then. Sakamoto Days doesn't pretend that choosing peaceful life is easy or safe. People from his past keep finding him. His peace is constantly threatened. Choosing to leave the assassin world doesn't mean the assassin world leaves you alone. This is realistic. Once you've been part of certain worlds, they don't easily let you go. Past choices have ongoing consequences. Peace requires constant defense. But the series argues it's still worth it, that defending ordinary life is more meaningful than achieving extraordinary things, that protecting small happiness is worthwhile even when it's difficult. You probably aren't a legendary assassin, but the philosophy applies. Are you chasing achievements because you actually want them, or because you think you should? Are you pursuing more because you're unsatisfied with what you have, or because that's what ambitious people do? Would you be happy with less if less meant more peace? Sakamoto's philosophy is radical simplicity. Figure out what actually makes you content, then defend that contentment instead of constantly chasing more. This doesn't mean being unambitious or lazy. Sakamoto works hard at his store. It means directing your ambition towards sustainable contentment rather than endless achievement. The hidden philosophy behind Sakamoto's peaceful life goal is this: the highest achievement is wanting what you have, not having what you want. Power, status, achievements, they're infinite treadmills. There's always more to chase, higher to climb, better to achieve. You never arrive because arrival isn't the point. The chase is the point. Sakamoto arrived. He achieved everything possible in his field, and he discovered that achievement brings nothing but more achievement. So he stepped off the treadmill and chose contentment instead. This is profoundly wise because it's profoundly difficult. It's easy to want more. It's hard to want what you have. It's easy to chase achievement. It's hard to defend ordinary happiness. Sakamoto is the strongest because he doesn't need to prove he's the strongest. He's successful because he doesn't need success. He's free because he wants nothing that others can take away. His convenience store isn't a fallback, it's the goal. His ordinary life isn't settling, it's achievement. His peace isn't weakness, it's the ultimate strength. The hidden philosophy is hidden because we don't want to see it. Because accepting it means questioning whether everything we're chasing actually matters. Whether the life we think we should want is the life we actually want. Sakamoto chose peace over power, ordinary over exceptional, present over impressive. And the series presents this as wisdom, not failure. Maybe the real question isn't whether you can achieve more. Maybe it's whether achieving more would actually make you happier than protecting what you already have. Sakamoto answered that question. The only question left is, can you?